Hello everybody on YouTube. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, if you guys can please subscribe to my page, kindly give the video a thumbs up. Thank you, and I really appreciate your guys' love and support. Now, tonight's video is going to be called German Guy Marries a Colombiana from Cali and Gets Conned. Now, the reason I felt it was so important to touch this subject tonight was for the simple fact that this is a very important case that it can happen to any other guy who's looking to marry a girl from Colombia, from Brazil, or any other part of the world. Nowadays, you have a lot of people who tend to prey on their victims if they see that financially you're up there. So this is very important for you guys that are trying to pursue, marrying a girl from South America or any other part of the world, especially in third world countries where things are really, really bad. You have people that are straight out con artists and that who have been doing this not only to one person but to several people, and they know how to work around the system. They know the ins and outs, and they know exactly how to, do what they have to do. Now, this guy, he is from Germany. His name is Vincent. He met this one girl who's from El Valle del Cauca in Cali, and she was living out in Spain. Her name is Irma. Okay, they met through social media, and in 2 weeks they were getting already married. Okay, and after the 2 weeks have passed by or whatever, she convinced him to sign these papers where basically he was given the rights to her, to all his assets to her. So basically she milked him for everything he had. Okay, we're talking about 500 million Colombian pesos. I'm not really sure how much that is in US dollars, but she basically took him for all his life savings. And I think that that's really messed up because, he really didn't want to live with her. She told him that with that money that they both and the kids could live a nice life out there in Colombia. Now, in Colombia, things could get expensive, if you know what I mean. If you're not careful on how you administrate your money, you will piss it off, Now, I think it's really, really sad to see this happen to that guy because right now he's out there in Colombia trying to at least recuperate some of the money. Because when this happened, and she knew what she was doing ahead of time, what she did was that she made a false report saying that, that the guy was very abusive to justify what she had done to him. Okay? And during the time that she did that, what she did was wire the money down to her sister. So the money was no longer in her power, and that way, whatever, action they took towards her, she knows the system so good, so she knows off top that, since the money is no longer in her power, that they can't touch her or do anything to her. And more the fact that, he signed off, his rights to that female, to give her all his assets. Now, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that it is a very, very dangerous game when marrying a female from South America or any part of the world, and especially if you guys have no knowledge of how that person or that individual will be, because in a blink of an eye, money changes people, and you have to understand that she was with him, and that she missed, also she was saying that she also missed Colombia. That's why she went back to Colombia, and all kinds of things that went down there. So this poor guy, he's fucked out of his money, and now he has family that are sending him money from Germany to Colombia, and that's how the man is surviving in Colombia. But this is definitely a lesson to be learned. Now, in the Germany embassy, they told him 9 times out of 10 that when they suggest him, they advise him not to marry girls from those countries because there's a lot of females that are actually just con artists, and this individual by the name of Irma is not her first time that she's done this. Now, I like to do videos on basically everything to teach you guys, to have you guys be more aware of your surroundings, because I know that a lot of you guys are good people. You guys, you know what I mean, some of you guys feel lonely, some of you guys are going through a rough time, and we have individuals out there that are preying on people like you. You know what I mean? Now, me myself, I went through a lot of stuff. I'm real street wise. I'm a people person. I can catch on to somebody like this in a blink of an eye. Just by talking to that individual, I could size them out, you know what I mean, without that individual not even knowing that they're being sized down. And that I already have them on this, I already have my eyes on the target, you know what I mean? But if you guys, you know what I mean, want to see this thing, just look up on YouTube and you'll be able to see it for yourself. And it's sad, you know what I mean, because she's trying to justify what's not justable. You know what I mean? She's trying to say that the man was violent, that this and this and this and that. If the guy was really like that, you know what I mean, this guy, you know what I mean, wouldn't even think about, you know what I mean, marrying or being with somebody, you know what I mean. The reason he took his chances on her is because, you know what I mean, she fucking made him feel at home. She made him nice feel. She made him feel nice and homey, and he became vulnerable. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean. She studied him, and she came in for the kill. You know, because she made him basically sign stuff that, you know what I mean, he didn't really know about. But that was his bad for doing what he did. Now, he has to learn to live with the consequences. There's people like this that learn to live with the consequences. There's people that commit suicide, or they're just people that off top are never the same again. But me myself, I had this theory of marrying a woman from out there. But me personally, I have nothing against. I love Colombian women. I love girls from the Dominican Republic. I love women, period. But me, for the time being, I am completely straight with being married. I'm just gonna live my life. El Paisa Medellin life is gonna go out and do his thing in Thailand, in Colombia, in Mexico. I'm just gonna go out and have fun. I'm going to live my life to the fullest. I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory, partying, having a good time. And maybe down the road, if I meet somebody who proves themselves to be worthy to me, then we'll talk business. Until then, love don't live here no more. And that's the way it is, man. Honestly, it's true. I'm just trying to be real with you guys and trying to keep it, you know what I mean, professional here. But yeah, man, honestly, it's true. People are a fucking mess. It is unbelievable. You know what I mean? And I can't even blame the man because, you know what I mean, he's not Hispanic. You know what I mean? He doesn't have no true understanding of the culture. Every culture is different. Mexican culture is one culture. Colombian culture is another culture. American culture is another culture. And you have to learn the culture before you take that big step that he took. Now, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but Vincent, my man, you are in a world of shit. And I feel for the man. I feel for the man. He fell through a puddle that I had gone through, but it wasn't as big as what he went through. Like what I went through with this female is nothing. It's a walk in the park. You know what I mean? What he's going through, that I'm talking about, that's his life savings. That's everything that the man had. You know what I mean? To actually get by in life. You know what I mean? She took him for everything. So I feel bad for the man. I feel bad for the man, and the reason I wanted to do this is to tell that man that if he has seen this video, that, you know what I mean, just stay strong, keep your head up, and whatever you do, don't ever fall victim to anybody out there like that, because there is people out there that they are just out to get you for your money. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. I see a lot of guys that are traveling to certain countries that I won't mention, but these guys are trying to, you know what I mean, look for something that's not there. That's not there. In the U.S., yes, you know what I mean, we have a lot of females that, you know what I mean, they tend to go out of themselves. But I have to understand the situation that a lot of these females have been through a lot of stuff. And, you know what I mean, they're more, some of them, not all of them, some of them are on the aggressive side because they've been through a lot of stuff. And that's just a way of defending themselves, you know what I mean? But you also have women in the U.S. that are just a mess. But you have, you know what I mean, these strong, independent women that are studying, they're going to school, that are trying to better their life, and better themselves as individuals. And honestly, true, more power to those women that are out there doing their thing. And to the ones that are playing with guys and like this, I'm telling you this much, you know what I mean? If you guys, if you females out there are doing people dirty, karma does exist. And when you least expect it, it will turn around and bite you in the ass. So please, guys and women, get yourself together. You know what I mean? If you're not interested in that person, whether it be a guy that's not interested in a female or a female not interested in a guy, you know what I mean? Just how I just want to mess around. Don't hurt that individual, because in the long run, karma will come back and bite you in the ass. I hope this video was very helpful to you guys. I hope that you guys really paid attention, because if you're an older guy that's from a different part of the world that is interested in marrying a Colombian, Brazilian, a girl from Ecuador, a girl from Argentina, whatever the case may be, you have to be careful. There is females out there that once they know that you got good income or they know that you're set, trust me, they will do anything in their power to convince you. And if they feel that, you know what I mean, you're a dummy or that you're very, very vulnerable, believe me, just the same way that Irma has strike, you know, several times, you'll have a couple of Irmas out there and maybe a couple of Stacy's and maybe a couple of Ambers out there doing the same thing. So just make sure that, you know what I mean, your friend down there calls shots, but this is the more important one. This is the one who's supposed to guide you through thick and thin. So if you guys like this video, please make sure to subscribe to my page. Kindly give the video a thumbs up. Thank you, and I really appreciate your guys' love and support. Good night. Bye-bye, everyone. And definitely a lesson to be learned. Bye-bye.